At the Zhuhai Air Show, China unveiled its latest flying car. This is not science fiction, it's reality, with cutting-edge design and smooth aerodynamic lines.
What if the future of transportation wasn't just a distant dream, but something actively being developed today? A vehicle that drives on the road and can transition into a flying drone, offering a new dimension of mobility, designed and built in China. It may sound like science fiction, but companies like XPENG AEROHT are turning this vision into reality. In this video, we'll dive into a groundbreaking innovation that could redefine urban travel and compete with the biggest names in transportation. While Tesla has revolutionized electric cars, this new hybrid vehicle is pushing the boundaries of both ground and air travel. Stick around to see how AEROHT is shaping the future of mobility. The sky is no longer the limit. The rise of modular flying cars. The rise of modular flying cars represents a revolutionary shift in the world of transportation, marking the dawn of a new era of mobility. As the world grapples with increasing congestion and environmental concerns, innovations like these promise to break the traditional barriers of commuting. The flying car in focus is a hybrid vehicle, combining both gasoline and electric power, allowing for extended range and the ability to charge its flying kit up to 6 times using its gasoline engine. This innovative approach makes it not only a sustainable solution, but also a practical one for future transportation needs. What sets this modular flying car apart is its dual functionality. With a flight range of 30 minutes and a maximum altitude of 3,000 meters, the vehicle opens up opportunities for individuals to explore places that were once inaccessible. Whether it's reaching remote vineyards or agricultural areas, or simply experiencing the freedom of flight, this vehicle is designed for those seeking new horizons and adventure. The country's leadership in technological advancements is evident in the development of these modular flying cars. The international market is also on the horizon, though specific details remain confidential for now. As the vehicle progresses through the regulatory approval process in China, it signals that China is positioning itself as the leader in the global revolution of new energy vehicles. The modular flying car holds the potential to entirely change the way business activities are conducted in various industries. It may become an essential tool for medical emergency services, as well as firefighting and other critical situations. It may also be used in travel, where visitors can take short flights over famous parks and mountains. Therefore, the modular flying car not only changes modes for personal transport, but also creates enormous room for enterprises in an evolving landscape. Gradually, it will pave the way for our transportation future in very nearly all aspects of it, as technology progresses and production ramps up. But how is China turning this vision into reality? And what makes its manufacturing prowess the key to shaping the future of flying cars? China's role in the future of transportation. One of the standout features of China's efforts in the flying car sector is the manufacturing prowess that the country brings to the table. The development of the modular flying car is supported by local manufacturers in China, with production currently taking place in Guangdong, China. These manufacturers are working on the first models, set for full-scale production by 2026, demonstrating the nation's ability to scale up innovative projects quickly. This level of technical and industrial capability allows China to remain at the forefront of the flying car revolution, not just as a consumer market, but as a producer shaping global transportation trends. The first thing that comes to mind is the support Chinese authorities have provided the regulatory approval process for flying cars. Although presently pending certification in China, the Chinese company pursuing flying cars is already in talks about law approval. This kind of anticipatory regulatory and technical certification measures allow flying cars to be geared toward meeting intensive safety standards and operational requirements for public use. Just as China's transport system evolves, Its government is ensuring that flying cars are more than just futuristic concepts, but are rather practical solutions to implant directly into existing infrastructure in the country. China's influence on the global transportation landscape, one cannot deny, stretches way beyond its domestic borders. A bidding war amongst nations will begin for the making of flying cars, and China would like to take up that leadership position. Through international collaborations and extending with focus, China is cementing its position to export this technology. Although these international endeavors are rather somewhat under a veil, the level of commitment of China toward this project has obviously been made clear. This move by the Chinese, a mixture of invention, manufacturing capacity, and government support, not only stands to put China on the leading edge of its own future mobility, but also places it in a position to shape the future of mobility worldwide. With its unparalleled manufacturing ecosystem, China has a wacky advantage to fast-track the flying car industry with rapid prototyping, mass production, and economy of scale like no other country can. With an established supply chain for electric vehicles, EVs, and aerospace components, China is in a prime position to rapidly manufacture flying cars and provide enough cost savings to increase accessibility for businesses and consumers. The other factor is that presently, the robotics and automation technology being employed in China allows for extremely high precision production with high quality, thus allowing for building all flying cars with very high safety and performance specifications. On the basis of this collection of movable-type knowledge, it will then be, before the end of the decade, boosting production even further while setting a worldwide precedent in moving the idea of flying transport to an industrial scale, thereby securing globalization in the future of mobility. The development of the hybrid flying car. The journey from concept to reality in the development of the hybrid flying car is a testament to the power of innovation and determination. What was once considered a far-fetched dream has now become an imminent reality, with flying cars transitioning from mere sketches to functioning prototypes. At the core of this innovation is a hybrid power system that seamlessly integrates both gasoline and electric energy. This dual energy system allows the flying car to offer an extended range while also addressing environmental concerns by utilizing electric power for shorter distances and gasoline for longer trips. It's a careful balance that demonstrates the vehicle's versatility, making it suitable for both road and air travel. A crucial aspect of the hybrid flying car's development is its modular design, which allows for a unique combination of features. The vehicle functions as a standard road car, but it is equipped with a removable flying kit that can be attached to transform it into a fully functional flying machine. This flying kit is powered by 6 rotor engines, which are housed in each arm of the vehicle and are critical to its flight capabilities. The combination of these design elements ensures that the car is not just a novelty, but a practical mode of transport that offers dual functionality for a variety of uses. The modular flying car has also been designed to be affordable, with the pre-order price set at under 2 million RMB, showcasing its potential to be a consumer-friendly innovation in the near future. Reality is now tumbling from the mouth of that which is a concept, and the development of the XPENG AEROHT flying car marks a significant landmark in the emancipation of personal mobility. Ambitious designs become the actual fully functional indoor-outdoor machines via years of research, rigorous testing, and technological breakthroughs. This integration of sound, advanced materials and composites, and high-efficiency propulsion systems proves the vehicle not only safe and aerodynamic, but also practical for everyday usage. With regulatory frameworks dotting the landscape, while infrastructure adapts for urban air mobility, the XPENG AEROHT flying car is well positioned for mainstream adoption, ushering in a near future where personal flight is anything but a luxury. Soaring in the sky, engineering hybridization development involved incredible difficulties combined with a productive effort by the team. creating an easy flying car resource. It employs dual flying either on military or automatic flying controls. The design keeps people in stunning flying experience without spending much on the aviation subject. In automatic mode, the machine can take flight independently for ease of enjoyment along the scenery from above. Most simple vehicle behavior alone, with a recognition of how it can behave with autonomy, depicts this beautiful development in aviation technology and human-centric engineering, exploring new horizons with flying cars. The XPENG AEROHT flying car is not just a breakthrough in urban mobility. It is a gateway to exploring new horizons in ways never before possible. With the ability to transition seamlessly between road and air travel, this innovative vehicle allows adventurers and outdoor enthusiasts to push beyond traditional boundaries. Imagine soaring over the Great Wall of China, gliding above the misty peaks of Zhangjiajie, or navigating the winding canyons of the Yellow River from a breathtaking aerial perspective. The XPENG AEROHT flying car transforms exploration by removing physical barriers, giving travelers and nature lovers access to remote locations that would otherwise be difficult or impossible to reach by conventional means. Whether it's for sightseeing, adventure tourism, or simply experiencing the thrill of flight, this technology is revolutionizing the way people engage with the world around them. Unlike traditional off-road vehicles, which are confined to the ground, flying cars break free from these limitations, allowing users to venture into the sky as a new form of exploration. This shift in perspective could have a profound impact on tourism, allowing visitors to fly over scenic parks, mountains, or famous landmarks for a bird's-eye view. Whether it's exploring famous national parks or enjoying a panoramic view of remote destinations, the flying car turns the traditional concept of exploration on its head by combining both land and air travel. This offers an entirely new way for people to experience nature and adventure, making it more accessible than ever before. Flying cars will bring great promise to industries such as agriculture and the management of land, apart from their role in leisure use. Just imagine how far these flying cars can take large, extensive or sprawling agricultural businesses. Miles and miles of their land could be swept over in just about an hour. Being able to fly over such great fields now provides farmers and landowners with the chance to keep an oversight of operations from a new angle, which could lead to better monitoring and management. It could be used for anything, like inspecting the health of crops or property boundary inspections, combines these two major functionalities into one object towards the ideal source of users with large land areas that need to be covered in minutes as opposed to hours walking around on foot. The XPENG AEROHT flying car will change the rules of the game by entering the world of scientific exploration and environmental research. It can help conservationists and ecologists view wildlife population status, as well as monitor deforestation and changes to the environment in real time. It can save time over vast areas, making it a sweet asset for research teams working in remote or ecologically fragile places, such as the Tibetan Plateau or the thick jungles of Yunnan. Furthermore, the flying cars will be used by rescue teams to reach stranded hikers, locate missing travelers, or supply food and medicine during an emergency in disaster-stricken areas. By combining transportation, technology, and exploration, XPENG AEROHT is innovating the way an individual moves and redefining the horizons of human exploration. Flying cars for business. One sector that stands to benefit immensely from flying cars is agriculture, particularly for farmers and landowners managing large-scale operations. The ability to fly over hundreds or even thousands of acres provides an efficient way to monitor crops, inspect property lines, or access areas that are otherwise difficult to reach by traditional vehicles. The modular flying car's range and flexibility enable quick aerial assessments, reducing the time and resources needed for physical inspections. This capability could transform agriculture management, making it more efficient and less time-consuming, ultimately leading to improved productivity and reduced operational costs. In addition to agricultural use, flying cars could serve a variety of purposes in industries such as construction, real estate, and transportation logistics. Imagine a real estate developer able to conduct aerial property tours with clients, or a construction site manager able to quickly fly over a project site to check on progress or spot issues from above. For logistics companies, flying cars could provide a quick and efficient method of delivering goods or inspecting multiple job sites in a single day. Flying cars paint wonderful possibilities for entrepreneurs as businesses continue to innovate and search for different ways to improve productivity. In medical services, search and rescue, and tourism, flying cars would be ideally used to render fast and trustworthy service. The opportunity to have these vehicles perform emergency response or aerial tours presents an avenue for new business creation altogether. As technology improves and becomes affordable, entrepreneurs will have an opportunity to enhance efficiency, reduce costs, and provide a new and different range of services not available through conventional means of transportation. The future of business transportation is undoubtedly flying. Any entrepreneur would now have a leash on flying with the XPENG AEROHT flying drone car. It literally opens up new worlds, assessing and reassessing in ways of mobility and accessibility never known before. Chief among its transformative benefits is the time it affords the entrepreneur, access to and from destinations, bypassing congested roadways. High-ranking executives, investors, and startup founders must pitch or appear in many meetings with a dozen colleagues in a day and travel to myriad cities all on the same day. The flying drone car thus significantly cuts the hours it would take in traffic into minutes. They can begin their retorts in the air and make their way back to their offices, some flying with the convenience of conducting business, or perhaps just sipping cocktails after a long day. The agility afforded by such an option makes it worthy to many sectors, especially in finance, tech, and real estate, where time is of the essence. But how does this innovative design come to life, blending aerodynamics with automotive excellence to redefine what's possible for a flying vehicle? The aesthetics and engineering of a flying vehicle, the XPENG AEROHT flying drone car, is a testament to the seamless integration of aerodynamics and automotive design, pushing the boundaries of what a flying vehicle can achieve. The sleek, carbon fiber body is crafted for both aesthetic appeal and lightweight efficiency, ensuring optimal lift-to-weight ratios necessary for smooth aerial performance. The vehicle's modular structure allows for a seamless transition between ground and air modes, with retractable propellers that tuck away when not in flight. This dual-purpose design ensures that the vehicle maintains a futuristic yet practical appearance, resembling a high-end sports car on the road while transforming into an advanced aerial machine in the sky. Every curve and surface is meticulously engineered to reduce drag and enhance stability, ensuring that it not only looks cutting-edge, but also performs efficiently in both environments. Beyond its external aesthetics, the engineering marvel of the AEROHT flying car extends to its flight stability and structural integrity. Utilizing a distributed propulsion system, the drone car is designed with multiple rotors to ensure redundancy and safety in case of an engine failure. The advanced flight control system leverages AI and sensor-driven algorithms to provide real-time adjustments, allowing for smooth takeoffs, controlled hovering, and precise landings. The integration of vertical takeoff and landing (VTOL) technology means that the vehicle requires minimal space for departure and arrival, making it highly adaptable to urban environments. By marrying cutting-edge aerospace engineering with modern automotive design, XPENG AEROHT is redefining the future of mobility, creating a vehicle that is not only visually captivating, but also mechanically superior in function and safety. There is no real difficulty in preparing a vehicle for the air, since it entails a very fine balancing act between design and engineering to produce a creature that is at once functional and extraordinarily beautiful. The modular flying car really represents a marriage of form and function, combining looks with a decidedly futuristic flavor, while performance and reasonable use are writ large upon it. The hybrid power plant occupies a compressed, low-drag body that affords maximum efficiency in both fuel consumption and aerodynamic performance. Considerable effort from the designers concerned ensures that the shape of the vehicle is both eye-catching and functionally relevant with respect to land and air travel, where elements from the airplane and car have been meshed into a single design approach. Making user comfort and user friendliness is another concentration of this project. 2 passenger escort interiors with the controls, an intuitive joystick, centered to operate the flight system. The doors themselves are still in design and not yet operational, but their appearance has foregone all hesitation in favor of a clean, modern look that integrates functionality. The design reflects an extraordinary partnership between skilled engineers and designers, producing a vehicle that meets the technical demands of a flying car, yet now stands for modern consumer tastes in design, comfort, and advanced technology. This flying car is more than just a transport device. It is a foretelling of what the future of travel can become when design and engineering unite to create true innovation. Challenges in certification. The development of modular flying cars has raised significant challenges in terms of certification and meeting the necessary regulatory standards, particularly in China. As a leader in technological innovation, China is at the forefront of testing and developing flying vehicles, but the process of securing official approval for such groundbreaking transportation is complex and time-consuming. The vehicle in question, a hybrid car capable of both driving on roads and flying in the air, must navigate a rigorous certification process to ensure it meets the country's aviation and transportation safety standards. While the technology is already operational, the vehicle is still in the process of securing the necessary certifications to be approved for public use. Flying cars. It's complicated. These vehicles are, by definition, operating spaces that have traditionally fallen under the guise of both road traffic regulations and those of an aviation nature. Hence, such duality poses another certification hurdle, since regulators will have to ascertain that the craft is safe for both ground-based driving and aerial travel. The company that developed the flying vehicle submitted its application for Chinese certification, and all steps have been taken by the government to review the design as per the procedure dictated by the country's law. This is a work in progress, and there is no clear date when this vehicle will be allowed to fly commercially. Flying cars must not only meet domestic standards, but also conform to international standards before they can be sold anywhere abroad. Even as China takes the lead in manufacturing flying cars, the regulatory framework concerning its international use remains ambiguous. Each country has its own regulations for aviation, thus, getting a plane certified for these rules is going to raise further sets of problems for international markets. While the company hopes to gain certification in China, it has just begun to explore other markets. Due to the proprietary nature of the process, the company has not given course specifics about when or in which way the flying automobile will enter foreign markets. The flying car is moving towards reality despite the regulatory hurdles. This effort towards certification thus underscores China's bid to become a global leader in innovative transport technologies. This vehicle's hybrid design, capacity for flight, and advanced engineering indicate that, with the ongoing certification process, the future of transportation will likely have an intricate regulatory landscape. However, after all approvals are secured, flying cars will mark not only a technological milestone, but also the dawn of a new way of the world with respect to mobility and transportation globally. Will flying cars fly themselves? The future of flying cars is closely tied to the development of autonomous flight technology, which has the potential to revolutionize how we think about travel. The modular flying car featured in this innovation already includes a system that allows for automatic flight, making it possible for passengers to enjoy a flight experience without actively piloting the vehicle. This autonomous feature is part of a broader trend in aviation technology, where self-flying vehicles are becoming a tangible reality. The ability of flying cars to fly themselves is one of the key advancements that make this technology so promising. For many, the idea of flying can be intimidating, but autonomous flight reduces that barrier by eliminating the need for passengers to understand aviation controls. The flying car's automatic flying system is designed to be user-friendly, allowing passengers to simply set their destination and enjoy the journey while the vehicle handles the flight itself. This approach not only increases accessibility to the technology, but also opens the door for wider adoption, especially among those who might not be trained in piloting aircraft. While this prototype has independent flying capabilities, one can be no doubt that the technology is still developing. As flying cars enter mainstream transportation, the regulators will have to innovate new standards and protocols to ensure safety and efficiency in autonomous flying. However, considering the advances made in this technology for autonomous flight already, the modular flying car is convincing to suggest that a future where flying cars fly themselves is almost within reach. This will most likely represent an essential component of the more general revolution in how we think of transportation in the coming decades. As autonomous flight technology continues to advance, the safety and reliability of self-flying cars will be a major focus for developers and regulators alike. AI-powered navigation systems, real-time obstacle detection, and vehicle-to-infrastructure (V2I) communication will be critical in ensuring smooth and secure flights. Companies in China and beyond are investing heavily in AI-driven air traffic management solutions to prevent mid-air collisions and optimize flight paths. Additionally, redundancy systems such as backup power sources and emergency landing protocols will be essential in building public trust in fully autonomous flying vehicles. While human pilots may still play a role in the early stages of adoption, the long-term vision is a future where flying cars operate seamlessly and autonomously, much like self-driving cars are expected to do on the roads. The economics of flying cars. The economics of flying cars presents an exciting yet complex landscape that blends cutting-edge technology with practical considerations like affordability, production, and long-term market impact. For this price, consumers are not only getting a hybrid car, but also a flying kit capable of transforming the vehicle into a fully functional flying machine. As production ramps up and technology improves, the hope is that the price point will decrease, making flying cars more accessible to a wider range of consumers and potentially redefining the transportation market. This rapid development and manufacturing capability indicate that once the vehicle is in full production, the scale of manufacturing could significantly reduce costs. The involvement of companies with extensive experience in car manufacturing, such as Expo Motors, ensures that the flying car benefits from established production techniques, improving reliability and efficiency. With mass production, the cost per unit could lower over time, making flying cars more feasible for the average consumer. Flying car industries will have far-reaching effects on other industries, and some that have not yet been conceived. For example, flying over agricultural fields and construction sites will increase the speed of inspection and lessen labor costs, benefiting the industries of agriculture, construction, and real estate. The tourism industry would benefit, allowing tourists to view magnificent sights and famous landmarks from the air. Furthermore, gaining access to remote and hard-to-get-to sites might make the flying car quite useful in emergency services, such as medical rescues or disaster response. Sufficiently spanning across these industries gives these vehicles a game-changing possibility that is bound to reshape the global economy with time. Flying cars will enhance efficiency in industries and largely contribute to solving major traffic congestion in densely populated cities in the long run. In the wake of worsening urbanization in cities, flying cars seem to be the way out of road decongestion, in addition to fast travel and reducing valuable time sitting in traffic. If the production path becomes a success, the acceptance of flying cars on a large scale will build a new transportation economy that gives innovative solutions to aged issues and engenders a time when air travel could be as dear as driving on roads. But as the flying car market takes off, how is China positioning itself to lead the world in this new era of transportation innovation? The future. China is rapidly emerging as a global leader in the development of modular flying cars, combining advancements in electric vertical takeoff and landing (eVTOL) technology with artificial intelligence and smart city infrastructure. With urban congestion worsening in megacities like Beijing and Shanghai, the government and private sector are investing heavily in aerial mobility solutions. Companies such as XPENG AEROHT and EHang are leading the charge, designing vehicles that seamlessly transition between road and air travel. These innovations are not only reshaping urban transportation, but also laying the groundwork for a future where personal aerial vehicles become a mainstream reality. The modular aspect of flying cars is particularly revolutionary. Unlike traditional eVTOLs, which are primarily used for air transport, modular flying cars can detach from their aerial components and function as standard road vehicles when needed. This flexibility addresses key challenges such as infrastructure limitations and regulatory concerns. By allowing a single vehicle to operate in both air and ground modes, modular flying cars could provide a more practical and cost-effective solution for commuters and businesses alike. In China, where urban expansion and rapid technological adoption are accelerating, these vehicles may soon be integrated into smart city frameworks, enabling seamless multimodal transportation. Modular flying cars have the potential to extend even beyond China into the world market, particularly where traffic congestion and transportation inefficiencies are prevalent. The United States, Europe, and parts of Southeast Asia already experimented with eVTOL technology, while advances made in China would have worldwide adoption implications. Still, crucially, international regulatory hurdles, airspace management, and safety standards will determine how fast such vehicles will become commercially available. There must be international air traffic control systems and strong urban air mobility regulations for deployment to be safe and sound. Considering the strides made in battery technology, autonomous flight systems, and urban space design, modular flying cars may soon be an alternative to conventional means of traveling. China is positioning itself as a significant innovation engine through aggressive investments, setting the stage for the rest to follow. Getting there is not easy, as those advances will have to be made across technologies, regulations, and what the public perceives about them. However, the vision of a sky filled with personal flying vehicles is getting closer to reality. The future of mobility is not about just getting faster. It is fundamentally about changing the way we move entirely. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this look into the future of flying cars, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest innovations. Have questions or thoughts? Drop them in the comments below. And make sure to check out the next video on the screen for more exciting content. See you next time.